Okay, something funny just happened, but for you to understand that, you first need to understand what it is to walk with purpose. Okay, this is something my grandmother used to nag me with. She would say that when you're alone on the street and you're in a situation where, for instance, you see a group of men heading towards you and you don't know who they are, you don't know what their intentions are towards you, maybe they look suspicious, just, you want to be safe. So in this situation, the best thing to do is not look them straight in the eyes, because they might see that as a challenge, and not look down either, because you may seem to be intimidated by them and they may interpret that as you being an easy victim, an easy target. Right, so the best thing to do in this situation is to look straight ahead and walk with purpose. Right, this is what she used to say. And walking with purpose is like you're walking at a very important meeting for you, so you don't acknowledge anything around you. That's basically the purpose, walking. And just now, a bit earlier, I was on the sideway and I was walking and there was this car right behind me honking, right? And I don't know why guys do that usually. I mean, seriously, does that ever get you any ass? I mean, ever? Yeah, anyway, I wasn't acknowledging it. I was walking with purpose, and I have the shoes. Let me show you. These are like shoes made to walk with purpose. So I wasn't acknowledging anything, I don't hear you, I don't see you, la la la. And this went on for about 5 minutes and there were like two guys, going at the car because the car was walking very slowly right behind me, right? So they went to the car and, hey, leave her alone. And then the guy in the car, starts screaming at me like, Christina, Christina. Yeah, it was my boss. He was just wondering if I need a ride somewhere, because I was just, getting off work. That was funny. For me, at least. I don't know if it was just as funny for you. But you know what's funny? People looking at me strangely. People here have never heard of vlogging yet, or they're just not that accustomed to the idea, and they see some chick randomly talking to herself on a camera. That's weird. Do I have sunglasses marks on my face? Yeah, whatever. I wanted to show you something. I wanted to show you this, and I'm gonna show like the tip of it. This is the church I used to go to when I was a kid, and I don't want everybody to recognize which church this is, but yeah, I used to go here up until I was 14 years old, maybe 15, something of that sort. And why is this zoomed in? Yeah, because I showed you the church. The nice little blonde moment there, Chris. So anyway, I wasn't just going to the church, I was also in the church choir. I was singing. And it wasn't because I have this very lovely voice, because let me tell you, I was on Block TV, raising money for charity, and people gave me money to not sing. True story. This is how bad it is. So yeah, I wasn't there because I had a nice voice. I was there because, can you guess it? Yeah, because of a boy. And I recently found this boy again on Facebook. It was weird because, I had like the biggest crush on him, and he was this like tall, skinny kid with blue eyes and long hair, and I had like the biggest possible crush on him. And now I saw him. He's a priest now in Italy, and he has grown up. Yeah, it was strange. He has his family with his kids and his like priest clothing and the beard and everything. It was just strange seeing him like that. Makes me wonder, how do people perceive me? People who knew me from like 15 years ago, how do they see me now? Yeah. You know what's funny about these windows? That have the reflection on one side and the other side everything is normal. I'm not gonna get any closer because I'm not sure I can film here. But the funny thing about them is that when you're in a place like this and you see people on the other side who just see the reflection and they go by the window and they go and fixing themselves up, not realizing that everybody on the other side can see them. That's pretty funny. So this is the situation, right? I'm here at the mall and I made a list with what I want to get and I forgot the list home. And I had 4 things. Right. Good job, Chris. 4 things on my list I had and I forgot what they were. This happens to me like all the freaking time. I have no idea why, what's wrong with me. I know in like general lines what I need. I know that I need cat food and fruits. That's 2 things. What are the other 2? And yes, I know there is no plural for fruit, but I'm Romanian, so I can say that. And you should eat more fruits. Yeah. Gives you good skin and hydrate you. The marketplace in this mall is, for some reason, the things here are cheaper than on the regular market. So cat food and fruit and what the hell else? Doggy. Hello. I just got a call from a friend of mine. I installed Windows for him some 3 months ago. Yeah. He asked me to stop by and reinstall his Windows because everything is screwed. Computer noob. You know, I'm not an IT expert or anything. You know, I can do like simple stuff like freaking installing Windows and dealing with minor problems. But there are those PC noobs, should we call them? Yeah. They're endearing, they really are, who may have like a computer for 10 years and they still don't know the first thing about it. My mom is like that. Like I said, it's quite endearing, you know, I find it cute. But there are 2 categories of these people. You know, there are the people in the first category who are paranoid about everything they don't understand. So, you know, the computer does some updates and it says, you know, do you want to restart Windows now? Should you restart it later or whatever? And they're like, oh my god, restart? Should I restart? Should I not? Is it a virus? I'm gonna call Chris. So, you know, these are like the paranoid people and I like them because they don't mess things up. They're too scared to mess with anything. And then there are the other type of computer noobs who are like, system files, program files, what is this? I don't need this, delete. Yeah. My friend is in this category. Not very endearing, I must say. So yeah, I went and got my fruit. I didn't get cat food and dog food because it was closed. Unfortunately, I did get my thingies. I have like apricots and cherries and how the hell do you call those? Peaches without the fluff on it. Unfluffy peaches. I don't know how you call them. And now some people are walking by and I have to stop because I'm gonna look weird again. This is the cat I not grew up with because she's just like 8 years old. But this is my first kitty. She lives with my grandmother. Kitty cat. I don't know if you will be able to see what she's doing. This is her way of giving me some love. Kitty. Hear the purr. She loves me. These are some pictures we took while my mom was here. And I'm sorry, I just realized that probably throughout these recordings you could hear my thingy jiggling. Giggling? Jiggling? Yeah, making noises. Must be annoying, sorry for that. Can you see this? My brother. This is my uncle's. That's my uncle, my favorite uncle in the world. This is my mom with my uncle. Rocco? Can you guess why they are so excited? It usually has something to do with food, right? Rocco, 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 Rocco. And you? You want something too? I have something for you too, but it's in the house. Hold on. That's a happy dog. That's a very excited dog. No, no, Rocco, no, 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 no. That's hers. She took refuge in the doghouse. You took refuge there? The big bad dog wanted to take your bone. What? 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 You wanna play? I'm not gonna play with you. I don't know how to play with dogs. Alright. Alright. And you? You're not getting anything. You're not getting anything because you're too damn fat. You cannot have treats. Oh, I feel your pain, honey. But seriously, this is not a healthy kitty. What is this? You almost look kind of like a bunny, the way you're sitting right now. That doesn't look comfortable. See? I meant it to say comfortable. It wasn't so hard, was it? You want the petting? You want the petting, right? Kitty. I'm gonna take your bone. I'm gonna take your bone. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Like, see? It's mine. 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 You do remember the list, right? The list with 4 things on it that I forgot home? Yeah, this is what it was. See? List. And it has food for cats and dogs and fruit for myself and coffee and then milk. Yeah, the last 2 items. Coffee and milk. How the hell can you forget that? Especially when you cannot wake up without coffee. In fact, how can you forget 4 things on a list? It's like 4 things, Chris. What is this? Early Alzheimer? Senility? Yeah, sadly I think it's just me being me.